हाँ जय जिनेंद्र राज जी, कैसे हैं? जय जिनेंद्र राज जी, कैसे हैं? हेलो, आर यू एबल टू हियर मी राज जी?
Right topic, how to make the financial planning in a better way. I would like to welcome co-speakers Mr. Abhishek Jain. I would like to welcome all participants who have joined us for this webinar. I'll hand over to Ms. Priyanka ji.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you being with all of us. And sir, would you like intro first? Then, no? Okay, okay. So we will move as we have decided for this webinar. I'm really happy to be with all of you. And this is a special kind of webinar on smart financial planning, and really would help each and every participant who are with us today. So let me start with a small story because today's pandemic is more scary because we all are scared more than we have lost our self confidence. You know, business are affected, economy is affected, but more than that, we and our mindset are affected the most. So I would like to start with a story. Once there was an executive who was sunken in debt and seeing no way to come out of it. So he was just sat in the park on the bench, and all of a sudden, an old man came to him and he said that I'm seeing you are in trouble. So after hearing all the woes of the executive, he said, I can help you. And he signed a check and given to him and said, after a 1 year, after 1 year, you can return me this check. So he said, okay. And but when he saw that the name written on the check is Andrew Carnegie, who was the richest man in that time, and $1 lakh in hand, he was surprised to see that every problem is solved now. But instead of using the check, he thought he should keep the check in the safe, and he started to negotiate better deals, and he did some big sales, and work better in every front of the business. And within a few months, the business ran so well, and he come out of the situation. And after 1 year, when he just was in the same place and saw the old man, he just wanted to return him that check. And all of a sudden a nurse came and said that, oh my god, thank god I caught him. He is a person always used to running from the shelter house and telling people that he is Andrew Carnegie. So this situation really stunned the executive that 1 year he was just doing all things on the backup of that check that I have money, $1 lakh. But it was the new self confidence within him which he found and did all these things and came out of the tough situation. So self confidence is very, very important, whether it's a money real or imagined. So firstly, I would like to say that have confidence in you. We will come out of this situation very soon. Now I would like to say, ask one questions to all of you. So answer please. Do you know who was this common man that rose to become one of the most dynamic emperor of India? Can you name that emperor? Perhaps he was aptly guided by his guru, especially on the matter of finance and economy. Yes, can you guess these two names?
Chandragupta Maurya.
Yes, exactly. Very intelligent people are with us today. So, this famous king was the great Chandragupta and guided by his guru, the great economist and advisor Chanakya, which is well known that time and today also. So, the right guidance and effective executions brings us more success in our life. We cannot deny this. So, guidance and executions both are very important. Now, I would like to ask one thing more to all of you, that today we are suffering from tough times. This pandemic affected us a lot. What is the difference in this pandemic? Yes, there is every day we just hear new things. There are changes, velocity of changes. Yes, and the second change is this, that uncertainty. When we will come out of it, we don't know. And the third, which is different from the other recession, is other recession we hear about only affected the demand. But in this recession, we are hearing the other parts and other hits also. So, what is the reasons or why do the businesses fail? Like we have heard so many schemes right now, Yes Bank and others. Why did these businesses fail? Is this lack of knowledge, less information about new technology, no capital to execute your expansion plan, or unstable support system? Is this a big reasons of their failure? Yes, all these reasons together count only 20%. Then what was that part which counts 80% of business failures? Yes, of course, financial mismanagement. Because sometimes it's not money, it's not about money, rather the process of managing money. So management of money plays a very, very important role. Finance is the heart of the business around which each and every activity just move and we get heights of the success. So right now in this tough time, I would like to ask again, have you faced following challenges? I mean, are you facing it in your business like liquidity crisis, higher expenses, lack of confidence, high leverages, financial dependence? Yeah, these challenges are part of our business everyday life we are facing. So this is the tough time. So definitely we all are facing and we all want to come out of it. So today's webinar, especially we are focused on how to overcome these challenges. So just watch this video first. After that, we will discuss more.
this. Already late.
Somebody will come. Anybody out there?
Do you have a phone?
No. Sorry. Somebody. Hello.
Okay. Due to some technical glitch, I would like to ask repeat. Admin. Yes, there are so many advantage of technology. So
Whoa, that's not good.
Oh, I don't need this. I'm already late.
Somebody will come. Anybody out there?
Do you have a phone?
No. Sorry. Somebody! Hello! There are two people stuck on an escalator and we need help. Now, would somebody please do something? I don't believe this. You gotta be kidding me.
I'm gonna cry.
Well, there's not enough left to do, is there?
Hello? Hey, don't worry about it. I'll fix it in a second.
He said he could fix it. All right. All right. That's more like it.
yes. So what's your observation in this video?
He says he can fix it.
Okay. You can type your answers on chat box. What's your observation in this video? I mean, the person is really stuck in a problem like all of us. We are already stuck in a problem like COVID-19. So can you imagine or can you find ourselves, relate ourselves in this video? What's your observation? Yes. The person is stuck in a problem and seeing no way to come out of it. So we have to take initiative and come to the solution. Not we have to think again and again about the problem we have stuck in. So the more your money works for you, the less you have to work for money. So financial intelligence for business is understanding of how financial success is measured. It means in terms of gross margin profits. And the second one is how they have an impact on the company's performance. If your gross profit margin declines, your performance will definitely decline. So financial literacy or financial intelligence is very important to all of us. Not only exactly in this time, for the benefit of lifetime last. So companies perform better when everyone understands finance. Generally, we have seen that 90% of the employees from the company take the decision on finance. If each and every person is literate or able to understand the condition of finance in company, so definitely company's performance will improve. So business is like a number game. So if you are able to read the number exactly what they want to convey, definitely it will work for you. So understand finance and understanding finance there are so many benefits. We will discuss. Our eminent speaker, Mr. Rahul Jain and Mr. Abhishek Ved, will tell you about it. Only I can tell you is the first step of financial intelligence. And before telling this, I would like to ask again a question. Have you seen the Mission Mangal movie, Mission Mangal? Yes. What that movie tells us, what the motivation or inspirations we get from that movie? Yes, there was a financial constraints after failing the Chandrayaan mission. But after having that constraint, they dared to move to Mars, from Earth to Mars. What was that that made this mission possible? Definitely the planning. planning in each and every field of the mission is the part which made it possible and successful. So the planning is like the light that shows the path in the darkness. So here, some financial planning is the first step towards financial intelligence. So there is no need to be panic, no need to be fear from where the liquidity will come, from where we can raise funds, where we will pay the people who are working with us. We can do all these things. There are some ways we have to work on cost cutting, somewhere we have to focus more on the part where we need it more. So this is the financial intelligence and planning part. I would like to say there are four pillars. Have you seen the Taj Mahal in Agra? Yes. The beauty of four pillars are undescribable. From both sides, it looks so beautiful. So the pillars which work and enhance the beauty of any historical monument, then why not in financial intelligence? So there are the four pillars which definitely explain what the financial intelligence and the planning part of financial intelligence work. So the first part is clarity in financial objective. Second is adequate cash flow for liquidity. Third is profit income for growth. And fourth, the positive self-image with money. After that, I would like to hand over to Mr. Rahul Jain. And before handing over to Mr. Rahul Jain, I would like to speak few words about him. Yes, Mr. Rahul Jain, who is the director of Business Learning company, which is flourishing and supporting large number of corporates and people in the area of leadership, personal finance, business simulation, and venture planning. He is a director and licensee of LMI India too. LMI is a Leadership Management International, which is world's largest professional development company present in 85 countries. He is a mentor to IIM Ahmedabad CIIE. Rahul Jain is an MBA from MDI Gurgaon and is a fellow company secretary too. He has consulted and mentored many organizations as a potential transformation specialist. So here I would like to invite Mr.
Thank you, Priyanka. So am I audible to everybody? Just doing the mic testing first of all. Please type, if I am audible, please type yes. Yeah, okay. Namaskar, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Rajji, for taking this great initiative by Jito Jaipur. And also thank you all the entire executive team of Jaipur, especially Aryan ji and others. They have really worked very hard. Also, I will request everybody to put their name and location on the chat box so that we can understand from which locations you are. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here with all of you. Yeah, please put down your name and location on the chat box so that we can see from where you are. Okay, great to see people from Delhi and from other locations. Are there people from other locations? Yeah, from Jaipur, of course, and Rajasthan, Bombay. Okay, great. So as the background has already been set, I would like to straight away discuss about how we can manage and plan our finances in a better manner. So I'll start the screen sharing. Yeah, in a minute, I'm just starting the sharing. I'm just coming to the the slide which we have to discuss. Yeah, so we were discussing about the four pillars of the financial planning. So yeah, can you do less and still get higher returns? Yes, it is possible. We can do less, but we can still get higher returns if we follow the first step of the financial planning, which is clarity. Now, for the clarity in the financial planning, we need to have clear financial objectives. So I would like to ask you that what are your key financial objectives in next 1 year? Yeah, so have a paper and pen handy. You can write down in your notepads what are your key financial objectives that you want to achieve in next 1 year. It is always important to have long-term insight because that will help you to implement your vision, that will help you to implement your strategy. So the objective can be, yeah, it can be sustainability, it can be growth, it can be profitability. And further, now let us break down it into what you want to achieve in next 2 months of that 1 year objective. What do you want to achieve in next 2 months? Yeah, because this will help us in doing less and getting higher returns. Because if we are clear with our goals, then we would be really focused onto our actions, and also we'll be utilizing our time and energy optimally. That's why great Guru Chanakya has said that one who wishes to get milk would not buy an elephant. Yeah, it seems like a joke, but it is a reality that if we want to achieve something, we need to put down on the paper. That clarity will bring in greater focus, and greater focus will lead to better actions, focused actions, and more results and more success. So that's why this framework actually has got a lot of steps. So this is the form that we use to implement the framework. Let me come to the step by step, and I will be discussing each step. The first step is to set a SMART goal. As I have discussed, so let us take the time frame of 2 months. So here the time frame is 2 months. So what kind of goals that you want to achieve in next 2 months? What are your major financial goals? Can you put down on your notepad, and can you write it down on the chat box? Let me see. Can you write down the one most important goal that you want to achieve in your chat box in next 2 months so that we can help you in that? Yes. I'll stop sharing the screen. Please put down your one most important goal, because it's not just a webinar. This is more of an interaction where we'll help you to improve your liquidity situation, to improve your financial situation. So what is the one major objective that you want to achieve in next 2 months? So some of you can share your objective here. Start with a project report and go for funding. Okay, interesting. Anybody else? Yeah, please share on the chat box what one major objective that you want to achieve in next 2 months. Okay, let me share the screen again. Because here we are there to learn from each other, and this is a great time that virtually also we can learn from each other, sitting from anywhere. We are discussing this, we are learning. So let's move to the next point. In fact, let's take a common goal, because I have heard that liquidity is a very important challenge for all of us. And you want to start your business, or you want to expand your business, or you want to sustain the business, cash flow is really important. Cash is oxygen to the business. So let us take a goal related to the cash flow, because then we'll be able to cover all the pillars of the financial planning. So next 2 months, let's have this goal to improve the cash flows by 50% by the end of say by the end of August, 31st August. So I think this is a good goal to improve your cash flows. Yeah, it needs to be specific, because SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and tangible. Otherwise, we'll not have clarity and our mind will lose the focus and enthusiasm. Yeah. So put a SMART goal. So we are taking a SMART goal for today, a common SMART goal to improve the cash flows by more than 50%, say by 50% in next 2 months by the end of August 31st. And why do you want it? Step number 2 is that we need to identify the reasons behind it. We need to connect with our why we want to improve our cash flows. And this process you can apply to any goal, any financial goal. This goals to result framework can be applied. So next step is, why do you want it? Put down all the benefits that you can achieve by increasing your cash flows, because this will improve your self motivation. Your motivation will enhance, your self motivation will get enhanced. And also write down losses that you will avoid. Yeah, so benefits will be not only for yourself, but for your organization, for your family, and for the other key stakeholders. In the same way, losses that you will avoid can be, say, the stress that you will avoid. You will avoid paying greater amount of interest. Yeah, so these are the losses that we will avoid if we are having higher cash flows. Now, this will create urgency in our mind. If we think of losses, and if we think of losses, then it instills urgency in our mind, and we say we have to do it now. Yes, and this will also enhance our self belief that we can improve our liquidity situation. We will do right actions. So for this, let's see a video which is really powerful and motivating, which instills our self belief.
You cannot achieve success without failure. Some of my biggest successes come from some of my biggest failures.
So are you able to hear the audio?
Don't be afraid to close your eyes and dream, but then open your eyes and see. For a lot of people, the distance between their dreams and their reality is intimidating, and they get stuck. The only way forward is to decide that you want that dream so bad that you are going to work harder, you're going to get up earlier, you're going to stay later, you're going to push past the people who doubted you and laughed at you and hated on you. I want you to remember the power of you. You got to feel that power. You got to believe in that power. You have that power, trust me. At night, I be flying. I believe I can fly. I am a unicorn.
Yeah, so wonderful sharing by this speaker, and we need to believe in ourselves. Yeah, besides belief, we also need to now go to the next step, which is about identifying the key challenges that you face in this goal. So the goal is to enhance the cash flow. So what are the key challenges that you face? You can put down on your in your diary. आप अपनी diary में लिख सकते हैं जो major challenges आप face कर रहे हैं. Yeah, so these are the key challenges. First is high cash outflows. So I'll come to all the challenges like low cash inflows, lack of knowledge, lack of confidence, or lack of proper systems. So let's go one by one. The first challenge, let's discuss about the first challenge, which is high cash outflows. Because the liquidity is insufficient because our expenses are very high, and these might be greater than the income right now which we are having. So for this, first step is to make a list and prioritize our outflows. Yeah, we need to prioritize because certain dues we have to pay, like government dues. For example, TDS needs to be deposited, GST has to be paid. You can't do anything about that. But yeah, we can do lot of things are in our control. So we need to see the list where we have our control. Let us have decisions onto that. For example, there are other expenses like rent, salary, for example, interest. Then there are other overheads, marketing. So what to do about that? We need to identify 3 steps, which is either we can defer, or there are 3 options: defer, reduce, or eliminate. Of course, we can't reduce the salary of the lower management or the workers, because they won't be able to sustain their lives. So हमें अपनी top management की salary we can reduce. And what about the rent and the variable costs? That we need to renegotiate or find out the supplier of our material, alternate suppliers. So we have got time. This time we can use to identify new suppliers or to re-engineer our value chain so that we optimize our costs. Third, we can also identify some level of automation which can reduce our fixed costs. And we have to also see the cash outflows can be reduced in terms of capital expenditure. So certain capital expenditure can be deferred. So And if we want to reduce or discuss or negotiate with the suppliers or landlord, we need to discuss in person. Personally, we need to discuss, not like say on message or something, or some of your team member. As an owner, we have to discuss with them personally. We need to understand the situation, because if we are negotiating with a small supplier, he might not be able to sustain. So in this case, we need to be discretionary. We can negotiate with the larger suppliers, and we can state our situation, and then they can also be empathetic towards that. So high cash outflows, through this, you can increase your liquidity situation by 25%. Through this measure alone, you can reduce your outflows by 25%, because variable costs and also deferment of cash outflows can lead to the cash decrease. Then just see this kind of measure which is taken in Italy. Yeah, it is, they are firing employees, but firing straight away, blanket firing will not help us, because it is the people who make or break the organization. So people are assets of the company. So we need to be very sensitive about that issue. Then another point is about the low cash inflows. Here the cash inflows are right now, yeah, we are experiencing very low in terms of our incomes are declining, or the supplies or the demand side has not picked up, or there is a supply chain disruption, the labor is not there, so we are not able to meet the production. Yeah, yesterday I was talking to one of my colleague, one of my participant. He was facing, he had a good demand, but there is a shortage of labor. He is unable to meet the demand because of the labor shortage. So inflows are less. So what to do in this situation? There are certain options which are there. First is, we need to engage with our clients on a personal basis. We need to discuss with them about the situation. And then we can also give them special deals to secure some advances. Like I know a travel company which they are selling next year's cruise bookings at a bulk discount. And through that, they are able to garner good cash amount, good working capital amount in order to sustain their business. Then what is our strategy to engage with our past clients? Last 1 month, how many clients you have talked, and how many past clients who are not your current clients you have talked, and how many prospects or referrals you have got from these. This need to be questioned, and we need to track it on a regular basis. We need to have a goal for each of these things, because that will lead to higher volumes, and higher demand ultimately will lead to higher cash flows. Then alternative pricing strategy, like Starbucks, it is providing a working capital kind of a fund that they are having, because of one very important strategy, that they are providing rewards to those who are putting some money in their app, in their reward scheme as a consumer. So if you download their app and you put in certain balance, then you get some money. So they actually applied this pre-corona, and they actually get around $1 billion working capital. It's not about the current situation. I'm taking this a past example, but then this example can help us in identifying what we can do in our situations. Then during the corona, this example is really suitable, which is accelerating of innovation. Disney has come up with a new subscription plan, which is Disney Plus, an app where they have subscribed 50 million paid subscribers. Just think, 50 million paid subscribers in first 10 days they have gotten, and that has led to millions of dollars in their bank account. So we need to innovate continuously. Then engage in new kind of customer acquisition, like Jio has done. Jio has tied up with Facebook, and they are using the WhatsApp database for getting the new clients. So this is about low cash inflows. Now another challenge which we all face is lack of confidence, isn't it? So due to lack of confidence of what to do about it. First is, we need to enhance our knowledge. We need to practice it daily. Stay hungry, stay foolish. And also we need to have plan for our team to improve their knowledge. Let's have a plan for them to upskill their knowledge, their attitude, because that will also motivate them, and they will be with you. Of course, you can join our programs also, and also you can join some other programs. They are abundantly available. Another point which is very important is self-image. How do you see yourself? Most of the times we put a barrier to ourselves that I can't do, or we have self-doubt within us. We need to shift from self-doubt to positive expectancy. We need to shift from I can't to I can. So this prosperity consciousness is really helpful to us. तो इसलिए मैं आप सब लोगों से एक चीज कहना चाहूंगा यहाँ पे, just read these 3 statements which will boost our self-image. I like to save money. So you can type on the chat box, out of these 3, which one you want. I know we all want these 3, but एक कोई भी statement आप chat box पे लिखिए. I like to save money. I am debt free. I am having highest profit in this current year. Yeah, this seems impossible, but these things are possible if we start believing, if we start thinking in a right manner, in a positive manner, we will get it. Think what we can become. Then another factor which is really useful is the information system. Are we having right information system, and are we using the data for the benefit of us? So we'll be sharing the templates, the Excel and the information system, how we can develop our cash flow system, cash budget. We'll be sharing that on your email to all the registered participants and also with the Jito Jaipur, so that they can use this template for their benefit. Because of paucity of the time, I'm not discussing this in detail, but I will take all your queries at the end. Now the 5th step, so we have discussed the 4 steps. That is, first, set SMART goal. Second, it is all about writing down the benefits and losses that we can avoid. Third is write down the challenges. And 4th is identifying solutions. Now coming to the 5th point, which is about taking smart actions. So taking the smart actions like it is shown in this table, we need to, if you want, you can take the picture of this, though we'll be also sharing the slide. Yeah, we'll be sharing the slide with all of you. So we need to take the action, write down the first action, second action, third action that you want to take on the solutions and otherwise to meet that goal of improving cash flows by 50%. And not only the action, we will also write down the review date and the target date that it needs to be completed. Because if we are not tracking it down, then we won't be able to complete. For example, in a 20-20 over, if the team has to make 300 runs and in first 15 overs, you have just made 50 runs, then you won't be able to achieve the target score. So we need to target, we need to track over by over. In the same way here, we need to track all the actions that we are taking with the right kind of date and estimate. Then the next is how can we improve the profitability? So it's a wide subject, but I will be sharing few points which can be really useful for all of you. आप सब लोगों के लिए ये useful हो सकता है. First is using the ratios. There are certain ratios which can be really useful to track our profitability. I will be discussing 4 key ratios. So I will suggest that all of you should, in collaboration with your accountant or with your finance person, calculate the ratios of last 2 years and identify where you are right now and start taking the actions to improve it. First is about the current ratio. Current ratio denotes the liquidity position of the company. Ideal current ratio is 2:1. Yeah, it is calculated by current assets divided by current liabilities. So current assets divided by current liabilities gives us the current ratio. We need to have current ratio of 2:1. So see where you are, what kind of current ratio you are having and how to have this ideal ratio. Another ratio which is really useful is ROI, return on investment, which is calculated by operating profit divided by investment done, which is like net worth of the company. Is my ROI greater than 15%? Or what needs to be done better to improve the ROI? So this action we need to take. Inventory turnover ratio. What should I do to improve the inventory turnover ratio? What should we do to reduce the stock holding period? How can we rotate our stocks fast? So inventory turnover ratio, especially for the companies which are into products, this is very useful. Inventory turnover ratio is sales divided by average stock. Yes, sales divided by average stock. And the fourth is average collection period. How much time are we taking to collect the money from the clients? So how can we reduce that? So this needs to be seen, and we need to have a goal to reduce it by at least 25%, which will boost your cash flows. Now I will be introducing a very unique way of doing the financial planning and doing the scenario analysis, because we don't know what will be the future. These are uncertain times. And in these times, we need to do scenario analysis and forecasting. That is, कि अगर situation optimistic है, तो क्या हमारा financial situation होगी? If it is pessimistic, then what should we do? So for this, we can use simulations. Simulations, I'll be just giving a demo in 2 minutes how simulations can be useful, and we'll also give the link 1 year access to everybody who are present today, so they can use this simulation for the benefit of themselves. Yeah, so I'll be just showing a video on simulation so that you can understand how to use the simulation. In between, if you have any queries, we can take 1 or 2 questions right now also to make it more interactive. अभी आपके कोई क्वेश्चन है तो we can take it right now, 1 or 2 questions. Otherwise, we'll take at the end. Yeah, Raji, what is your input? Hello. Okay, so let us proceed. I'll share the simulation video now, which will help us to understand how we can use simulations for the scenario planning. Yeah, we'll take Q&A at the end, of course. So let me share the screen again. So this is the simulation where we can start our own virtual company. And through this virtual scenario, we are able to hone not only our financial skills, but overall business strategy and business modeling skills. So you are seeing the screen. There's an inbuilt advisor also, which will help us to navigate the tough business situations. And let me show you one video. Yeah.
Welcome to SimVenture, the ultimate way to learn about business and enterprise. SimVenture is a business simulation game allowing you to start up and run your own company. You make the decisions, the simulation plays them out, and you then have to deal with the consequences. SimVenture models all the main aspects of starting and running a small business. Each aspect is handled on a dedicated page, giving you the information you need to understand the core issues. There are 4 main areas that you control: organisation, operations, sales and marketing, and finance. You will need to manage them all effectively if you want to succeed. Every month, you are given the opportunity to change the strategy for your virtual business. And every month, the simulation will take your decisions and calculate their effects. You are supported throughout by a virtual business advisor who provides tips and advice about all aspects of the game.
Yeah, so this was the simulation which can help us in doing the scenario analysis. So we'll be sharing the link with all of you. I'll now share the presentation again. So this is a really useful tool because it's a risk-free. यहाँ हमारा कोई पैसा नहीं लग रहा है to create a virtual company. Yeah, This software will not take any money from you. Otherwise, we burn millions of rupees and we might make huge losses. Here you can test all your assumptions and see whether which assumption is working, which assumption is not working. तो आप अपनी सारे जो टेस्टिंग है यहाँ कर सकते हैं और and also you can get learning in very small and precise time because in this situation you are exposed to many variables which you might not be thinking of. So here you would be thinking of different situations and then taking the actions accordingly, which you can then apply in your real life, in your business situation. So it's a realistic story approach. And there's a lot of interaction. The competition is also there within the software. There's a competition and a lot of rewards in terms of improving your weak strengths and removing the areas of weaknesses. Like, say, if you are not good in finance, this can really help you in self-learning, problem solving, proactive pivoting. Pivoting is also done through this. So for the startups also, it is very useful. Holistic thinking. So you can understand the implication of one area onto the other. कि अगर आपने ad budget बढ़ाया तो आपके sales में क्या impact आएगा. तो ये all these things are discussed in this. Now coming, I will just share a story here of a baby who struggled to survive as he had a premature birth. Until age 5, he was really suffering from this severe disease and which actually didn't have any salt. Today he is a leadership and finance coach, but in 9th class he failed in maths exam. And now he's putting all his knowledge, skill and attitude by pursuing his passion because he has achieved financial freedom. So this is my own experience when I as a simple person can do. All of you are unique and dynamic business leaders. You can do wonderful. So here, that's why utilize this do less and for higher returns, do less for higher returns framework, because we have utilized this framework to coach many organizations, including the bigger organizations like Siemens, Subros, Bikanerwala, and we have used this simulation in IIMs, IITs, really useful for all of you. Chanakya has also said a mere trickle of tiny drops of water can fill the pitcher. The same way we must keep on collecting knowledge, dharma and money. Because 1% improvement every day can lead to 365 times improvement in a year. That's why at BizWiz we say 1%, do 1%, 100% done. It gives you the slight edge which will lead to huge improvement in your results. So we are also starting a 1-month batch because today we have discussed these concepts in a concise manner. Here we'll help you in implementing. So you can, those who are interested, they can connect with us. They can also join the batch. We will also share the links and all, and it is being given at a very lockdown price. In fact, अभी lockdown खत्म हो गया पर हमारा price offer lockdown वाला ही है, which is just 5,000, in fact 4,999. And in this you will get guarantee of improving your cash flows by at least 50%. Yeah. So now I will hand over to Mr. Abhishek Bad for the further discussion on personal finance. And before that, one more announcement that there is another program which we are having on 27 June. We are starting, which is 1-year batch of effective personal and business transformation. This is all about enhancing your abilities and improving your leadership skills. So before inviting Abhishek Bad, I will request Priyanka to introduce her, and then I'll
this session is going great, and you all have getting great insights from our eminent speaker, Mr. Rahul Jain, on your financial strategy and how to come over the challenges in this tough time. So now it's time to introduce our next eminent speaker, Mr. Abhishek Bad. who will guide you on the financial strategy to manage your finance. So, Mr. Abhishek is in the field of personal wealth management and has a successful journey with corporate world. He has been associated with brands like HDFC, Kotak, and Reliance, where he has handled senior positions. Abhishek is MBA from IIM Lucknow and CFA. He is associated with various businesses school where he teaches students and personal wealth management. He loves to travel and write. He is on his way to launch his blog with the aim to help investors making right investment decisions. So here all about Mr. Abhishek. What more you want to know, you will just listen the speaker through his delivery. So welcome Mr. Abhishek, and I'm handing over you.
Thanks, Priyanka ji.
Yeah.
And thanks, Rahul ji. And before starting, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Mr. Raj for organizing this webinar for the Jito Jaipur community. We have been like conducting this these kind of webinars specifically for Jito members and beyond Jito also. And I must say, like this is for the first time that Rahul ji has given this simulation program, right? I can like with confidence and I can with authority can say like this is the best program if you want to try your business, or rather even before you want to try any business, just use this platform, right? Just play with the numbers, just play with your ideas, sit with your family, with your father, with your child, and just try to plug in different figures and different things, whatever you plan to do, and you will get the insight which strategy is going right, which strategy is going flat. And that way you can make a sound better decision rather than haphazard any kind of a decision. So that was the from Rahulji's side. Now coming to like a personal finance. So Rahulji has discussed more about like a business finance, how to manage business finance for effective running of business and all those stuff. But one thing that is even more important, and that is your personal finance, right? And during this time, you must have realized how important it is to keep a track of this. If you do not have a track of this, you must have seen a lot of stories wherein like even a film star, movie stars, right, are begging to their co-workers for money just for treatment, for their living, for traveling. So that is why personal finance is very important, right? So I'll be sharing, I'll just take 15 to 20 minutes. I'll be like quickly running you through the presentation. And I can tell you with the confidence, like this particular presentations, I have run hundreds of times with thousands of audience. And this is something like actually is missing in people's mind and people's financial portfolio. And once you follow the steps, which I'll be discussing in a very briefly, I assure you, you will be having a much stronger and broader control over your portfolios. So without wasting a time, let's start this. The host, can you please allow me to share the screen so that I can share the presentation? Yeah, thank you. So this is I'll be directly coming to the subject. Okay. So I think this has been discussed by Mr. Rahulji. So let's. Okay. Now the first thing that is very important. In fact, like I'm surprised when I like spoke to different people. What is personal finance, right? Like many people have that the amount of money which we are having, how we are spending, how we are earning. But that is very a narrow definition of a personal finance, right? So when we talk about the personal, actual meaning of a personal finance is your current situation, where you are, and what are your goals, right? And how you want to bridge these two things, that is where you are right now and how you are planning to make sure that whatever goals you have, the goals can be like a child marriage, it can be an education of a child, or maybe a world tour which you might have planned for your spouse, or a new house, or a new venture, or a brand new Mercedes or BMW car, right? So how you want to achieve that? So that is a complete financial planning. And why it is becoming very important in today's time is because now we are having a longer lifespan. And longer lifespan not only bring happiness in the sense that we are like for a longer time with our family member, but it is increasing the medical cost also. If you see your finances like 10 years back, how much you were spending on hospitals or medicines or medical tests or doctor visits, and how much you are spending now. So there is a steep increase in that. There is a no social security. By social security, there are two meanings. Like in Western countries, there is a social security. There is a social security card that government gives you. Even you get retired or you get unemployed, right? There is certain kind of a money which the government guarantees you, right? And that is a financial social security. The second is, now we are getting into a nuclear family, right? So wherein now we don't have a support of our like our brother or sister or elders. Borrowings are increasing. If you see today how much borrowings you are having, right? And now how much borrowings you are having. A new iPhone came in, that is in your pocket. How? Borrowing. You are putting on your credit card. And we are having too much of information. The world of a World Wide Web. We are having a YouTube. We are having a Google. We are having all the kind of information. Just click of the button. And what happens because of so much information which we have? We tend to make wrong choices all the time, right? So over like a period of my 15 years of journey in the financial world, these are the some pitfalls, right? Or drawbacks, which I consider are the most, why a person falls into this position, why a film star is on the roads begging for a living. So these are certain pitfalls. Not saving money. You are earning today, you are not saving. Why? Right? So that is the biggest pitfall. So the day you start earning, make a commitment, you would start earning. It is very famously said that don't save what is left after consumed, but consume what is left after saving. So saving should be given a precedence over all other things. We are not having long-term investment. We are not having that. We only think of what will happen tomorrow, right? We've never thought of what will happen in our retirement, right? We've never gone to that level. And that is why if you have seen Bagban and all those like movies in which like you see like what happens to these people for not having a proper financial plan. We are having a unreasonable debts, right? You like a mobile, you have it. You like a car, you are having that. Unreasonably, you are having this. Not having health insurance. In today's time, if you see what is the cost of a COVID treatment, that is besides the point that we are not getting an admission into a hospital, but still like lot many people came to me and they're saying like they have run into a bills of 8 to 9 lakhs. 8 to 9 lakhs. Yes, that is a kind of a like bill you need to foot during a time when you are not having any earning. You are under lockdown and you need to spend 8 to 9 lakhs on these medical expenses. So how expensive it is and how penalizing it is. And another pitfall is we're not seeking professional financial assistance. See, everybody is everybody is expert in their field, right? A doctor is expert into his field, right? You might be into a textile. You must be expert in your field. Somebody is expert into his playing equipment's field. Likewise, a financial person like us, we are expert in our field. And it is very important that you should have a assistance. It is not a sign of a weakness to have a assistance. Rather, it is better to get into a trap than seek a assistance. Another is not having a diversification. You find yourself that in case if somebody is in love with a particular asset class, he would be completely in love with that. If he's having a love for real estate, he'll be having 10, 20, 30 buildings. He'll be having 10, 20, 30 flats with him. If somebody is like in love with the gold, he would be having like a Almira full of gold only, right? Likewise, but that is a very wrong strategy. You need to have a different class of an asset because economy does not move in single direction, and it does not treat every asset class in the same way. If somebody, if today real estate is dipping badly, then gold is doing good. Couple of years back, a gold was doing extremely bad, but at that time real estate was doing fine. So you need to have all kind of asset just to make sure you are not hardened by any up or any extreme down. This is extremely important, right? We do not take care of inflation that is rising in the price level. What is available today for 10 rupees not going to be available for 10 rupee 10 years down the line. It is going to be an expensive, right? What is the cost of a Amul butter 10 years back? Like in 2010, what is the cost of Amul butter? 13 or 14 rupees. Now it costs 46 rupees. So you need to take care of this while designing your financial plans. So current market situation is like a volatile, and it is not stabilizing. The moment it is start moving, there is something or other, maybe it like a China disturbing our or something like other, right? GDP and everything is now changing. Fitch has yesterday again downgraded us to a negative and note investment zone. We are expecting a second COVID wave. China has already confirmed they have like disconnected a lot of areas there, and stabilizing will be taking a good amount of time, at least a year. A moratorium, which we should go in or we should not take, we'll talk about it in a while. So now the way forward, these are the like golden rules, right, which you should always follow. First, you need to define your goals, right, in time and money terms. It should be having a time attached to it. It should be having a monetary value attached to it, right? Like in 2030, I want to have a flat worth 1 crore rupees. So it is having a time, it is having a money. So you need to have a goal like these. You need to make a folder, and I've been saying this to like on different forums. Start making a folder and put all your investment which you are having in this. Make an investment calendar and a reminder so that you do not miss on this, either a payment or a maturity when it gets mature. Whatever investments you are having in your folder, put them to a goal. Okay, like this investment is for marriage, this investment is for world tour, this investment is for my car, so and so forth. Evaluate your life and health insurance. It becomes very important in today's time, right? Because we have seen like huge amount of deaths and huge amount of health casualties. So it is very important. Just evaluate. I request and I suggest, just give a specific to this point. Removing unnecessarily investments, right? You do not need very complex investments, right? If you are having some complex investments which you cannot understand or which your family cannot understand, just get rid of it. Create an emergency fund, though it is written 6 months. Now, based on like what our experience is, I strongly recommend it should be at least 9 to 12 months. Review, revise every 6 months. Review, revise every 6 months. You should do it. It is your money and it is for your good self. You should do it. And this is the program which we are having. So this was something which I wanted to discuss. And now Priyanka ji, over to you. I have shared like my thoughts on this.
We will be also discussing. Thank you, Abhishek ji, for such a nice deliberation on this topic. We'll request the others to mute their. Please mute yourself because it is disturbing the listening experience. Abhishek ji, kindly mute all.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Very
Now I will invite Piyush ji to discuss about the stimulus package and the funding aspect. And before inviting him, I will introduce him. And at the end, I will take the your Q&A. मैं सभी को रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि अपने ऑडियो उसको म्यूट कर दें ताकि एक दूसरे को सुन सकें। ये किसी की आवाज है प्लीज म्यूट। Yeah, Mr. Piyush Jain is a managing partner of Rajneesh Jain and Company, a CA firm based in Ludhiana, and in practice since 1979. He is a commerce graduate, having qualified as a CA in 2005. Further, he is an insolvency professional and a registered valuer. He is really expert in his field and very dynamic, and he gives a lot of time in research and studying the latest aspects of the funding and the legal compliances. That's why his core areas are audit, internal reviews, risk assessments, carrying out due diligence, and recovering of business dues. Now I will hand over this to Mr. Piyush. He can take it over. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, Rahul ji. Thank you very much. And good evening, all the participants. Rahul ji, can you please enable my screen sharing?
Yeah, just a minute. I am just doing it. And with us, Vijay ji is also there. He can also guide us through for the fixed deposits and all at the end through question and answers. Yeah. Yes, Piyush ji.
You've given me screen sharing?
Yeah, I have given it to you.
Okay, it's visible to all?
Yes, yes.
Okay, again, a very good evening to all of you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to my prior speakers, CA Priyanka Jain and Mr. Abhishek. Prior to discussing stimulus, I am just sharing some basic nitty-gritties of the loan sanction letter. As a businessman, जब हम बैंक जाते हैं, हम बैंक से लोन लेते हैं. I am sharing from an owner perspective. इन चीजों का ध्यान रखना चाहिए अपने को. जब भी हम लोन लेते हैं, स्टार्टिंग में बैंक वाला विजिट करता है अपने को, अपन बात करते हैं, तो अपने को अप्रेजल करके इन प्रिंसिपल सैंक्शन बता देते हैं, जी हम आपको ब्रॉडली इतना पैसा देंगे, इस रेट पे देंगे. उसके बाद जब आप सैंक्शन लेटर साइन करते हैं ना, कुछ चीजों का ध्यान रखिए हमेशा. First is the loan amount which we are getting. Whatever you have discussed with the bank, the final loan amount, the CC, the term loan, what the building loan, housing loan, whatever we are taking, to ensure the loan amount is we are on same boat. Further, if you are into say import or export, I'll suggest you कि लिमिट्स के अंदर आपको कोई PLC चाहिए, कोई पैकिंग क्रेडिट लिमिट चाहिए, कोई FLC चाहिए, उसको पहले से करवाइए उसके अंदर, ताकि आपका टाइम बचेगा. और आपको पता ही है लाइबर रिंग होता है तो आपको सस्ते रेट पे पैसा मिलता है. आज की डेट में बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट बन गया है रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, कि मेरे को किस रेट पे, किस ब्याज पे मेरे को लोन मिल रहा है. एक चीज देखिए, बैंक आपको MCLR और अक्टूबर 2019 से वो बन गया रेपो रेट. तो हर बैंक का एक रेपो रेट होता है, उसके ऊपर बैंक मार्जिन चार्ज करता है. सी बेसिकली बैंकिंग इज अ वेरी पर्सनलाइज्ड सर्विसेज. हर एक क्लाइंट, एक बिजनेस एक सेपरेट तरीके से डील किया जाता है बैंक के साथ, क्योंकि हर बैलेंस शीट की हर एक बिजनेस की अपनी स्ट्रेंथ वीकनेसेस होती हैं, सबका अपना अपना ग्रोथ का एक ट्रेजेक्टरी होता है। तो आपको क्या मार्जिन लग रहा है उससे डिसाइड होता है कि आपका रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट क्या है। अपने मार्जिन पे फोकस जरूर करिए, इस सैंक्शन लेटर में आपको किस मार्जिन पे लोन सैंक्शन किया गया है। सपोज आपको रेपो रेट 4% है और मार्जिन आगे 3.5 है, तो आपका इक्विवेलेंट रेट बना 7.5। फ्यूचर में रेपो रेट जब कम होगा या ज्यादा होगा, लेकिन मार्जिन आपका 3.5 रहेगा, उस हिसाब से आपका जो रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है वो चेंज होता रहेगा। अगर आप ईएमआई पे लोन ले रहे हैं, आप कोई बिल्डिंग लोन ले रहे हैं, कोई मशीनरी लोन ले रहे हैं, कोई लैब ले रहे हैं या हाउसिंग लोन ले रहे हैं, चेक करिए लोन अमाउंट के अलावा आपकी कितनी इंस्टॉलमेंट्स हैं, लास्ट रीपेमेंट शेड्यूल कब तक का है, आपको हर महीने कितना पैसा देना है। सबसे बड़ी बात, क्या आप कंफर्टेबल हैं वो पैसा देने में, आप कहीं डेट ट्रैप में तो नहीं फंस जाएंगे। और अगर आप आपको लग रहा है पैसा बहुत ज्यादा कम है, मैं आराम से ज्यादा दे सकता हूँ, आप उसको ठीक कराइए स्टार्टिंग में, ताकि आपको परेशानी ना हो। फिर बैंक इनिशियली फर्स्ट ईयर जब आप फर्स्ट टाइम फंडिंग करवाते हैं या एक बैंक से दूसरे अकाउंट शिफ्ट करते हैं, बैंक आपसे प्रोसेसिंग फीस लेता है। तो आप देखिए बैंक आपकी बैंक से क्या बात हुई थी, सैंक्शन लेटर चेक करिए, बैंक आपसे क्या प्रोसेसिंग फीस ले रहा है, आपकी लिमिट्स के ऊपर, आपके टर्म लोन के ऊपर। उसी तरह हर साल बैंक रिन्यूअल करेगा, आपसे रिन्यूअल फीस लेगा। ये मैं जितनी भी बातें आपसे शेयर कर रहा हूँ ना, एज ए बिजनेसमैन यू ऑलवेज हैव ए नेगोशिएशन पावर, you always sit on the table across with the bank and you can always negotiate and you must। और सबसे जरूरी चीज ये है कि एज ए बिजनेस ओनर मेरे को पता होना चाहिए मेरे को हर महीने कितना ईएमआई देना है, क्या मेरी ड्यू डेट है ईएमआई देने का, मेरे को रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट क्या लग रहा है, ताकि मेरे अकाउंट्स में ऑफिस में जो भी मेरी बुक्स बना रहे हैं उनको भी पता हो, हमें खुद को भी पता हो कि कहीं बैंक मेरे से इंटेंशनली नॉन इंटेंशनली ज्यादा तो नहीं चार्ज कर रहा। I should be charged whatever I have signed on my sanction letter. So make sure आपको पता हो, एज ए ओनर मेरे को पता हो, क्योंकि पैसा तो मेरी जेब से जा रहा है। आपकी एसेट्स की वैल्यू क्या की बैंक ने जब आप फर्स्ट टाइम आप बैंक के पास गए, क्योंकि जो वैल्यूएशन है ना वो नॉर्मली 3 साल के पीरियड के लिए होती है, 3 साल के बाद दोबारा की जाती है। तो डू चेक आपको वैल्यूएशन कितना लगा। फ्यूचर में आपको जब और अगर एनहांसमेंट चाहिए, लोन बढ़ाना है, तो अगर आपका कवरेज होगा तभी आपको आसानी से पैसा मिलेगा। आपकी लीगल सर्च रिपोर्ट जो लॉयर ने रिपोर्ट बनाई, अगर उसमें कोई टेक्निकल इश्यूज लिखे हैं जो आपको पूरे करने हैं, उस समय ध्यान से पढ़िए, बाद में ऐसा ना हो आपको कोई पेनल्टी वगैरह लगे। उसी तरह आप लोन लेते हैं, आप उसमें फोरक्लोजर का कॉलम होता है, हमेशा पढ़िए टेक ओवर और फोरक्लोजर में क्या कंडीशंस लिखी हैं जब आप साइन करते हैं सैंक्शन लेटर। दीज आर फ्यू थिंग्स व्हिच आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। आप इनको जरूर पढ़िए, क्योंकि बिजनेस ओनर आप हैं, पैसा तो आप ही की जेब से जा रहा है, बेशक आप किसी सीए के थ्रू जा रहे हैं, डायरेक्ट जा रहे हैं, बट ऑलवेज चेक दीज थिंग्स। उसी तरह अगर आप कुछ सब्सिडी लेना चाहते हैं तो सब्सिडी का एक सिंपल सा रूल है, आपकी सैंक्शन लेटर में सब्सिडी स्कीम लिखी होनी चाहिए। तो जब भी आप किसी सब्सिडी को भी अप्रोच करते हैं बैंक के पास कि मुझे टफ की सीएलसीएस की सब्सिडी लेनी है, मेक श्योर सब्सिडी स्कीम इज वेरी क्लियरली मेंशन। अगर आपका स्कीम मेंशन नहीं किया होगा तो इवेंचुअली आपकी सब्सिडी रुक सकती है। उसके अलावा कोई प्री डिसबर्समेंट या पोस्ट डिसबर्समेंट कंडीशंस हैं, अगर कुछ भी ऐसी लिखी हैं तो ध्यान से चेक करिए कि उसने और आपने उसको पढ़ लिया है। अब अगर मैं आपसे बात करूं ना स्टिमुलस पैकेज की, जो एक बहुत बड़ा फिगर भी आया कि गवर्नमेंट कह रही है हम तो 20 लाख करोड़ दे रहे हैं बिजनेस को, तो उसमें ना 3-4 चीजों का मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहूंगा, आप ध्यान रखिए। फर्स्ट इज द रेपो रेट। आरबीआई ने अभी जब 22 मई को 40 बेसिस पॉइंट रेट कम किया तो रेपो रेट हैज कम टू 4%, which is 20-year low। तो इसके आगे की जो गुंजाइश है ना मेरे हिसाब से बहुत कम है। अब रेट इससे ज्यादा नीचे नहीं गिरेगा, क्योंकि जब रेपो रेट कम होता है तो सिमिलरली डिपॉजिट पे भी रेट कम हो रहा है। जब आप एज ए डिपॉजिटर बैंक में एफडी कराते हैं, इवन सेविंग अकाउंट में भी आपने पैसे रखे हैं, अगर बैंक ही नहीं कमा पा रहा तो बैंक आपको क्या लेंड करेगा। तो शायद इंडिया में इससे आगे रेट ऑफ कम हो नहीं पाएंगे, तो आप उस हिसाब से अपनी प्लानिंग करके चलिए। आपको स्टिमुलस पैकेज के अंदर एक तो उन्होंने एडहॉक बोला जी, इनिशियली जो आपको है लिमिट है, उन्होंने कहा पहला पैकेज जो आया था कि आप 10% एडहॉक लिमिट्स ले सकते हैं। उसके बाद जो अगला स्टिमुलस पैकेज आया है उसमें उन्होंने कहा है कि 29 मई के बाद जो 29 फरवरी का बैलेंस है उसके ऊपर 20% ले सकते हैं। साथ में उन्होंने एक मोरेटोरियम की बात की। 22 मई को उन्होंने कहा कि मोरेटोरियम आपको 3 महीने का और बढ़ा के टोटल 6 महीने का मोरेटोरियम दे रहे हैं कि अगर आप मार्च से लेके अगस्त तक की अपनी इंस्टॉलमेंट्स नहीं पे करना चाहते, आप अपनी वर्किंग कैपिटल लिमिट का इंटरेस्ट नहीं पे करना चाहते, आप मोरेटोरियम ले सकते हैं, आप बाद में पे करिए। अगर आप लोग ट्रैक कर रहे होंगे, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में केस चल रहा है, परसों सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने वापस बैंक से पूछा है कि आप बताइए जी, आप मोरेटोरियम में इंटरेस्ट के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट क्यों चार्ज कर रहे हैं। और बैंक कह रहा है, बैंक मींस ऑल द बैंक्स ऑफ इंडिया, IBA, द बैंकिंग एसोसिएशन ऑफ इंडिया इज सेइंग कि सर अगर आज मैं लेंडर से इंटरेस्ट चार्ज नहीं करूंगा तो मैं डिपॉजिटर को भी उस 6 महीने का उनको ब्याज कैसे दूंगा, आप ये बताइए। तो द बेसिक क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज मोरेटोरियम? आर मोरेटोरियम्स वेवर? क्या अगर मैं मोरेटोरियम अवेल करूं क्या मेरी किस्तें माफ की जा रही हैं? ऐसा कुछ नहीं हो रहा। इस बेसिक स्टिमुलस पैकेज है कहने के लिए, बट इसमें रिलीफ नहीं है। बैंकिंग का सिंपल सा फंडा है, बैंक ने ये कहा जी ये 6 किस्तें आप मुझे अब मत दीजिए, जब आपका लोन खत्म होगा ना उसके आगे मैं टेन्योर में इसको ऐड कर दूंगा। अगर आपका लोन सपोज दिसंबर 2024 को खत्म हो रहा है तो ये 6 इंस्टॉलमेंट्स जनवरी टू मार्च 2025 में ऐड हो जाएंगी। बट बाद में बैंक्स ने क्लैरिफिकेशन दिया कि जो ये पीरियड है जो आप अपना इंटरेस्ट इंस्टॉलमेंट डेफर कर रहे हैं मैं इसको फिर इंटरेस्ट भी चार्ज करूंगा। तो उसके बाद लोगों ने खुद ही जाके बोला कि हमें मोरेटोरियम मत दीजिए, ये तो हमें बहुत महंगा पड़ेगा। सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी इसी के ऊपर हियरिंग कर रहा है। तो व्हाट आई सजेस्ट यू इज अनलेस एंड अनटिल आप कैश, आपको लिक्विडिटी का इशू बन रहा है या आपको कुछ ऐसा लग रहा है कि अभी आप पास बिल्कुल पैसे नहीं है, मोरेटोरियम बिल्कुल अवेल नहीं करिए। मेंटेन योर फाइनेंशियल डिसिप्लिन, पैसे साथ के साथ देते रहिए, अपनी किस्तें भरिए, अदरवाइज ये किस्तें आपको महंगी लगेंगी बाद में, क्योंकि इसमें वेवर कुछ नहीं है और वर्स्ट के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट है। अब जैसे मैंने आपको कहा ये अब आपको 6 मंथ्स के पीरियड के लिए मिला है। अगर आप अवेल करते हैं तो आप मार्च से लेकर अगस्त तक कर सकते हैं। अगर आपने पहले अवेल किया है जैसे हमने अपने क्लाइंट्स का किया, हमने दोबारा रिक्वेस्ट लेटर देके बैंक को कहा आप मेरी सारी किस्तें डेबिट कर दीजिए, मैं वेवर नहीं चाहता हूं। वर्किंग कैपिटल के केस में बैंक्स ने क्या किया है, उसमें आपको ये बोला गया है कि अगर आपको जो भी आज आपकी सपोज 5 करोड़ की लिमिट थी और आपने 5 की है तो मोरेटोरियम का बेनिफिट बैंक ये आपको दे रहा है कि हर महीने ब्याज लगना था वो ब्याज आपसे चार्ज नहीं किया जा रहा, वो 6 महीने तक आपको ब्याज नहीं चार्ज करेंगे, उसके बाद वो 6 महीने को आगे अगले 6 महीने में आपसे रिकवर कर लेंगे। सो प्लीज सिट डाउन, राइट ऑन द पेपर, देखिए आप मोरेटोरियम लेना चाहते हैं कि नहीं लेना चाहते हैं, आपको उसमें फायदा है नुकसान है ये आपको डिसाइड करना होगा। अब एक ऑप्शन है एडहॉक का। एडहॉक में उन्होंने कहा कि आपका जितना भी लिमिट चल रहा है हम आपको अप्रोक्सीमेट 10% एडहॉक फैसिलिटी दे देते हैं। एडहॉक में उन्होंने स्टिमुलस पैकेज के अंदर ये कहा और हर बैंक ने अपने हिसाब से बनाया कि जो भी आपको एक्जिस्टिंग रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है उससे लेके प्लस 2% करके बैंक आपको आपका लिमिट का 10 to 30% तक एडहॉक देने को तैयार है। पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक ने मोस्टली अपफ्रंट एडहॉक सैंक्शन कर दिया, जो हम सारा हमने ऑडिट में भी चेक किया है हर जगह। प्राइवेट बैंक की कुछ अपनी कंडीशंस हैं, बट मोर और लेस 10% एडहॉक तो मिनिमम हर बैंक ने दिया है, कुछ सरकारी बैंक्स ने तो 30% तक एडहॉक दिया है। Even public banks are they're having a very huge flexibility. Whatever the loan they are sanctioning you in ad hoc, they are recovering in 10 to 24 installments. So they are giving you a benefit कि आप आराम से उसको पे करिए। प्राइवेट बैंक्स ऐसा नहीं कर रहे, वो बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट हैं, वो कह रहे हैं हमें जितनी जल्दी हो सके मैक्सिमम 3 महीने के अंदर हमारा पैसा वापस करिए। तो यू नीड टू सिट विद योर बैंक, आप बात करिए, नेगोशिएट करिए, देखिए आपको कौन सी ऑप्शन बेटर है, क्या आपको लेना चाहिए एड हॉक या नहीं लेना चाहिए। जो मेन अब बात हो रही है वो ये है कि जो 29 फरवरी का आपका बैलेंस है उसका 20% तक आपको जो लेटेस्ट 22 मई का सर्कुलर आया है एमएसएमई सेगमेंट्स को 20% यानी कि 1/5 whatever is your working capital limit or your loans, term loan, business loan, unsecured loan, any loan, or whatever is the outstanding, whichever is the lower, उसका 1/5 आपको मिल सकता है। ये एमएसएमई सेगमेंट के लिए लेके आए हैं जिसमें ब्रॉड क्राइटेरिया ये है कि आपकी 100 करोड़ से नीचे की सेल हो और जो आपका वो है बोरिंग को 25 करोड़ तक की हो, मैक्सिमम लोन आपको 5 करोड़ तक का मिलेगा। और आपको अगर अवेल करना है तो आपको 31 अक्टूबर से पहले अवेल करना होगा। सो दीज आर द ब्रॉडली स्टिमुलस पैकेजेस। एनी क्वेश्चन आई विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी टू आंसर। इसमें कोई प्रोसेसिंग फीस नहीं है, इसकी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने गारंटी ली है।
Thank you, Piyush, for such a nice interaction on the funding and stimulus package. We'll have the questions at the end. Now I'll summarize what we have discussed today in few minutes, and then we'll take your questions. तो मैं summary slide पे आता हूँ. I'll just share my screen now. I hope you can see the screen, all of you. Yeah, so now before coming to the summary, I want to share one more thing which can be really useful for us. So I would like to ask you a question. What is the eighth wonder of the world? आठवां अजूबा क्या है? सातवां अजूबा की तो अभी बात हुई थी ताजमहल की. What is the eighth wonder? So the eighth wonder is the compound interest. Compound interest really leads to very powerful way of maximizing your wealth. That's why Albert Einstein has said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands earns it, and he who does not pays it. Now, there can be a huge cost if we don't understand and don't apply this in our life. You can see just in the graph. ये किसी का ऑडियो जो है, I will request all of you to mute your audio. थोड़ा सा disturbance create कर रहा है ये. Yeah. So now coming back, if you see, if you deposit 50,000, there is a huge amount of difference in 30 years. If your return is 7%, then you are getting 8 lakh rupees after 30 years. But if you deposit 50,000 and your return is 15%, your amount is 66 lakh rupees. So that is more than 8 times the difference it can have. And this is the slide that we need to create in our wealth maximizing, in our increasing the wealth of the individuals and the organizations. So just by investing in the right manner, we can actually create this kind of difference. That's why the investment part will also be covered in our 1 month program, and Abhishek ji will be taking care of it. So right investment will lead to right kind of wealth creation. Another very important factor is our own self. That is how we see ourselves. Positive self-image is really important. It can really make huge difference. Third point is about cash. Cash is king. How can we conserve our cash? How we can reduce our outflows, inflows, the points we have discussed. And for that, we need to apply the goals to result sheet with right kind of tracking and the feedback, continuous feedback by your partner or by somebody who can help you in improving your performance. Best thing is to hire a mentor or a coach, which will help you to guide about all these steps. And then from FOMO to GOLG. FOMO is fear of missing out. Earlier, we were thinking of fat weddings, lavish lifestyle, and really heavily spending on luxuries. But now things have shifted to joy of letting go, that we are contented in little things also. So that is also known as godliness of small things. So if we have the happiness in small things, we can really conserve a lot of cash also, and it can give us happiness and contentment. Now coming to the next part about the quote of the Chanakya, which we can really apply. Man must act as per the situation instead of continuing with the false assumptions. So financial intelligence and financial planning help us to know the current situation, and it also helps us to understand about the future situation, thereby we can take the right decisions. So let me now open this floor to audience and hand over to Rajji if he has to give some concluding comments. Otherwise, we invite the questions from the audience. There were certain questions which have been asked through the registration form also. So I'll be asking those questions and putting the questions to the floor to all the experts so that we can answer it. First question was, it is for, I think, Piyush ji, that is how to use MSME loans judicially and negotiate with the bank. And this question has been asked by Atlantis Engineer, Director of Atlantis Engineer, Mr. Rahul Kothari. That is how to use MSME loans judicially and negotiate with the banks. Yeah, what are your thoughts, Piyush ji, on this?
Rahul ji, what all I will say is that as far as banking is concerned, it all comes to my balance sheet strength. आपका balance sheet का strength कितना strength primarily अगर आप कभी भी study करें, राहुल जी ने भी शायद आपसे discuss किया होगा, आपकी अब broadly देखिए आपकी जो 5-6 main ratios हैं, वो स्टैंडर्ड जो बेंचमार्क है उसके अगेंस्ट कैसी रेशोज आ रही हैं, आपकी कैपिटल कितनी है, आपका सेल्स कैसा है, आपका ग्रोथ रिकॉर्ड कैसा है और आपका फ्यूचर का प्रोजेक्शन कैसा है, उस हिसाब से बैंक से नेगोशिएट कर सकते हैं। आज की डेट में रेट बहुत ज्यादा कम हो गए हैं, आपका अगर एक्सिस्टिंग बैंकर नहीं कम करता, देयर इज ऑलवेज एन ऑप्शन फॉर टेक ओवर। सीसी लिमिट में टेक ओवर पे कभी भी कोई पेनल चार्जेस नहीं लगते, और टर्म लोन पे भी अगर लिखा भी है आप हमेशा नेगोशिएट कर सकते हैं और आप अपने चार्जेस बचा सकते हैं। बैंकिंग बहुत चेंज हो गई है, इट इज ऑल पर्सनलाइज्ड सर्विस, सो इट ऑल डिपेंड्स हाउ यू सिट अक्रॉस द टेबल एंड नेगोशिएट विद योर बैंक। अगर आपका प्रायोरिटी पैसा है तो शायद आप रेट में 10-20 पैसे छोड़ देंगे। अगर आपका प्रायोरिटी बेस्ट रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है तो जो आपकी मेन प्रायोरिटी है आप उस पर फोकस करिए जब आप बैंक के साथ बात करने जाते हैं। आपको रेट कम चाहिए कि आपको दूसरे चार्जेस चुभ रहे हैं, या आप स्टॉक स्टेटमेंट नहीं देना चाहते तो बैंक के पास प्रोडक्ट है कि आप बिना स्टॉक स्टेटमेंट के कर सकते हैं। और आई ऑलवेज सजेस्ट 5 करोड़ से नीचे बिना मंथली स्टॉक स्टेटमेंट के आप जाइए।
Yeah, there's another question by the audience, which is, I really seek to know where and how shall I invest my money to keep it growing in this time of pandemic. I think Abhishek ji can answer this. What are your views?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm audible. Ajay, see, the question relating to investment. First, like, there is no time that you cannot invest, right? Every time is a good time to investment. First, you need to define for what purpose you want to put your investment on, right? Is it like a long term, 15, 20, 25 years you want, or it is just like couple of months you want to put in? अगर आपका long term investment है, yes, equity is always a good option. And in case आपका short term है 3 महीना 4 महीना, just to manage your excess money which you might have, right? Then I suggest like you should go for a liquid fund जिसके अंदर आपका सेविंग बैंक अकाउंट से ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट आपको मिलता है, एंड जो पैसा होता है रिलेटिवली सेफ होता है उसके अंदर. सो यू हैव अ बेनिफिट ऑफ बोथ सेफ्टी एंड अ हायर रिटर्न एज कंपेयर टू अ सेविंग अकाउंट. एंड यस, लॉन्ग टर्म में इट इज ऑलवेज एन इक्विटी ऑलवेज विन इन अ लॉन्ग टर्म.
Yeah, of course, it all depends on the risk profile also. So as Abhishek ji suggested, so my insights on this question is that if you are able to take higher risk, then you can invest high in the equity in terms of long term. Just assess your risk profile and take the judicious decision, because 1% can really make a lot of difference. 1% interest rate can also make a lot of difference. So now coming to any other questions from the audience? Okay, I think Mr. Raj is also there. Raj ji, आपकी तरफ से कोई सवाल है?
Sir.
हाँ जी हाँ.
It was a great session. First of all, I would say by all of the speakers.
Thank you.
And the financial hitch what we people are facing, more or less we got the idea ki how to manage the fund in a right way in further this post-COVID situation.
Okay, thank you.
It's a highly satisfactory session, I would say.
Thanks a lot. So we have also given a feedback link. Please submit your feedback by using the link, so that we can email the documents which we have discussed today and also the simulation link, because that will, yeah, ये आप अपने चैप्टर जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं इनको भी हम सर्कुलेट करा देंगे. अभी भी जो अवेलेबल है, they can submit their feedback. So thank you all of you. I will request all of you to stay positive and stay connected with all of us. Keep on learning and spread the joys. Thank you. Thanks a lot from my side.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raj.